Welcome back to Decoding Complexities. I'm Pradeep. Alright, we have seen how to add vectors and how to scale them in previous videos. But what happens when we multiply one vector by another vector? The most important way to do this is called the dot product. And understanding this is the key to unlock how things like neural networks actually work. So, what is it? The dot product tells us how much two vectors are pointing in the same direction. Imagine we have two vectors A and B. If both vectors point in a similar direction, their dot product will be a large positive number, which means they are working together. If they point in opposite directions, their dot product will be a large negative number, meaning they are working against each other. And here is the most important part. If the two vectors are at a 90-degree angle to each other, also known as being orthogonal, their dot product is 0. They have no effect on each other. So, how do we calculate this? The math is super simple. If we have a vector A, which is a1, a2, and vector B, b1, b2, we just multiply the corresponding elements and then add them up. Means a1 into b1 plus a2 into b2. This is the dot product. The dot product isn't another vector. It's just a single number, a scalar. Now, let's prove our concept with the examples. Let's take a vector A, which is 2, 3. If we take another vector B, which is 3, 2, which is pointing in a similar direction, then their dot product is 2 into 3 plus 3 into 2, which is 6 plus 6, giving us the positive 12. Now, let's take B in the opposite direction, which is minus 3, minus 2. Then the dot product is 2 into minus 3 plus 3 into minus 2, which is minus 6 plus minus 6, giving us the negative minus 12. And if we take B that is orthogonal to A, like minus 3, 2, then the dot product is 2 into minus 3 plus 3 into 2, which is minus 6 plus 6, giving us 0. As the vectors move away from each other, their dot product would be reduced and vice versa. Here is how to do this in NumPy, which is even easier. Let's define two vectors A and B as NumPy arrays and use the NumPy array method dot to calculate the dot product of the vectors. Dot method has to be called on top of the NumPy array. So this can be either A dot B or B dot A. Both should give us the same result. So why do we care? The dot product is used everywhere in machine learning. It's used to calculate the similarity between vectors, which is how the recommendation systems work. And most importantly, it's the fundamental operation that happens at every single neuron in a deep learning network. If this was helpful, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next video where we will start to bundle vectors together and talk about matrices. Thanks for watching.